Here's how you can fix if your Docker desktop is not starting. First of all, you gotta restart your PC and try opening Docker desktop again. That is the simplest fix. If that doesn't help, then you gotta end all Docker processes. To do that, you'll be able to see taskbar at the bottom. So you gotta right click on that and open Task Manager. Here, you gotta end all Docker related processes. And once you have ended that, you gotta relaunch Docker. Simply go to the search bar at the bottom, search for Docker, and you're good to go. If that doesn't help, then you gotta check your WSL. So you're gonna click on the search bar at the bottom and type in CMD. Here, first, you gotta search for WSL space dash dash status, and then you'll be able to see the WSL is installed. If it isn't installed, then first you gotta install that by typing in WSL space dash dash install. And if let's say it's installed already, then you gotta update it by the command WSL space dash dash update. So once you have done all of these, you gotta restart your PC and you're good to go. Also, you need to check whether virtualization is enabled on your device. So once again, right click on the taskbar at the bottom and go to Task Manager. Here from the left hand side, you gotta click on Performance, go to CPU, and you gotta ensure virtualization is enabled. If disabled, you gotta enable Intel VTX or AMD V in BIOS. If nothing helps, then you can reinstall Docker Desktop, simply uninstall it, and then install the latest version once again. If the issue is OS dependent, then you can update your Windows, macOS, or Linux, whichever operating system you are using. Also, one another thing to note is the antivirus. Some antivirus programs block Docker services. So you gotta disable antivirus temporarily and check if the issue is resolved. So these are the fixes that solves 95% of Docker desktop not starting issues. If you found this guide helpful, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. It really helps me out, and I'll see you next time.